All right, hello. Hello, happy Friday, happy Gundam card game. I call this the official release. I don't know if you guys agree or not, but this is, to me, the official release of this game. So we got some boxes to open. We've got 3. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm honestly just really happy I was able to get 3 at a reasonable price. And I do want to thank EXP Share Collectibles for helping me find these. They do a lot of product. They also are the people who get me they're who I get the tokens for that I use for like One Piece and also like the leader side loaders too. So they're kind of like a supplier for me a lot of the time too. So UA, hello, Atrocious Jake with the immediate sub. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, I have like, all right, not to put too much behind the scenes, but I have like a couple of OBS scenes, and this is the OBS scene that I almost exclusively use for local recording. And when I went to bed last night, I was really tired and I didn't realize I set it up for this scene. I think everything's good, but if any audio sounds weird or anything, let me know before we actually start opening boxes. We should be fine. Also, my camera didn't charge last night, so it's charging right now, and I'm gonna hope that it's going to be fine, but we'll find out. So I tried very hard to get everything set up, and I failed. I think that's safe to say, but. We've got that. We've got the Gundam hat. We've got the Gundam card game jacket from the influencer event. Oh, also just flipped upside down. Oh, what's up, Yomi? He's eating. All right. All right. Wish me luck, Yomi.
You got this.
Thank you. But yeah, has the wing Gundam right there, looking good. Optimus or Megatron, done. I'll try my best. Yeah, no one's been pulling those. They must have like a really like short print pull rate for it. So, cards on the table. Also, I was surprised with an additional box yesterday, and listen. It took a lot of mental strength to not open these boxes. All right, you guys should be really proud that I lasted 24 hours-ish without it. But I ended up finding another box, and so I'm like, I can open this. Yomi and I opened it up. Usually we had fun doing that. And I am hoping this is the worst box we ever open for this. We got a good amount of LRs, right? Nothing like unusual. Like this is what we got from our first one. All like usable cards. But our LRs were Legao and Citizens Take a Stand, which I think are 2 of the worst ones. So not doing that, both of them just being rare pluses and rare pluses that aren't used. Like if one of these were like an Overflowing Affection or Show of Resolve, which aren't rares, but these were kind of stinky. And then I don't like the EX resource, or like this Common Plus resource. None of them are bad. But it's Kshatriya, which is very funny because this is the card I can never pronounce correctly. So this is hopefully just the worst box we get, right? That is where that's the floor. So if we get a box worse than this, I'd be very surprised. But luckily, there's so many times where I'm like, oh, I have an extra box, and it's the one with like the God Rare or something in it. Luckily, I opened probably the worst box off screen, so these 3 boxes won't be stinkers. That's my hope. But let me know if I'm off base. But I think I've never seen anyone use either of these cards, and which is bad. The art looks sick. Don't get me wrong. Like the Legao, like if this card's legal or like not legal, viable. Oh yeah, I will definitely play this card with this. I'll probably not try even get rid of this one, but yeah, no, I'm right. Dang. So, but yeah, I was able to get like half a case. I think over all of my original wave of pre-orders were canceled. Like most other people, I did have I have been scrounging. I think over like 5 different sources, I'm going to end up having 12 boxes. Half of those will be for tournaments. So I'm expecting to open 4 to 6 boxes of my own for myself, just depending on what I get and what I need from it. And then the other 6. So we have our first tournament this Sunday, and then we'll have another one a week, sometime in August. I haven't decided when, so be on the lookout for that. But I did just, yeah, I have been cyberbullied into pronouncing Kshatriya correctly, all right? So it does work, which is unfortunate, but it does. So if there's anything else I get wrong, if you guys just mock me in my comment sections, I'll eventually figure it out. So it does, I hate to positively enforce that behavior, but I can't argue with the results. So anyways, we've got 3 boxes. And I'm going to have you guys vote. Let me know in chat, which box do we open first? Number 1, number 2, or number 3? Let me know. Let me see that, and we'll start opening in a minute. Let's see, I see in 1, number 3. All right, I see middle. 3. 3. Yeah, I mean, like I will say, I think 3 is winning. 3 is looking like the popular one. 3, my lord. All right, I was waiting for someone to say that. 3. All right, I think I see enough. I think 3 will be the one that we start with. But you know, I've been doing content for Bandai card games for a long time. I think people underestimate how risky starting a new card game can be. And so I think the only thing is that I think Bandai needs to have like a little bit more confidence in some of their card games. But like we still have like Battle Spirit Saga, which I'm pretty sure that they overprinted that when they had to get, you know, that game lasted what, 2-3 years. So they always want to like hedge their bets on the first set. And now, so I get that there's not a lot of boxes available, right? And this is probably like, I would say that the demand to hype is even less in my favor than it was for One Piece. One Piece, I was still able to get some pre-orders and get some boxes. This has been probably the scarce I've ever been, to the point where like literally on Wednesday, I had no idea how many boxes I was going to be able to get, despite being pretty on it since the start of it. So I do understand that, yeah, product's been tough, but I think that Bandai will, you know, recognize that, hey, this is really popular, and they'll probably be printing more. I think the other thing about this is that this is a global release, which they also saw with like Fusion World 2, but like Fusion World was also tough to get boxes on day one, but I think that's just kind of how it has to be with card games, right? Yeah, I don't, to be honest, I don't know if that's like a communication error with either Bandai or the distributor. I don't know the back end stuff, so that could be something from their end too. But yeah, I do agree. I do agree that a lot of stores, depending on whose fault it is, a lot of stores feel like they didn't get the communication for what they needed, whether it was that they didn't apply early enough, or whether like there's something with the distributor. I do understand that. I do understand that. So, all right. Anyways, that aside, we've got boxes. I'm happy. You guys are happy too. And let's see what we get from these. So we're going to open 3. From what I've seen, the hits per box are 8 LRs, which out of a set that has, what, 12 LRs, right? 3 times 4, so you get most of them. And then additionally, 2 LR pluses and a resource plus. So, yeah. All right. Debating if you want to drive an hour and a half to get a box. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but I would do that. Especially because in LA, driving an hour and a half is like going 10 miles down the street. It sucks. So I've done that before. All right. All right. First box on camera. And let me make sure that it is there. All right. All right. But yeah, this is the first time I've had to get like boxes. Like I bought a couple of marked up boxes for like the first time, and I kind of had to rationalize it because like, hey, this is my job. I need, if I don't have packs to open day one, it's kind of a bit of a shame. So, but that was also before EXP Share Collectibles was able to help me out for it. So let me make sure that we're on, yeah, we'll just center it here though. So, all right, 24. We'll probably go through all the cards in the first pack and then, or for the first box, and then maybe kind of go a little bit quicker on the next one. So, Sign of Revolution, GOG. Oh man, do I even say the name of these cards? I'm so bad at it. I'm so bad. Zanzibar, Girga, Doga, Heavy Arms, Sword Strike Gundam, Noins Ares, and ooh, a Shars Gelgoog. All right, there it is. The first LR for us. And ooh, a Fathom. I need more of these tokens, so I'm happy to get these, but we got 1 LR there. This is maybe the best way for me to help correct being bad at pronouncing cards, is that now I have like a live audience who can just make fun of me when I do it wrong. So I see you pre-ordered a box in December. Nice. Nice. I'm glad that was able to stick. Is 150 bucks. That is below the prices I paid for mine. So on average across 12 boxes. So I would buy that if I was you. I think that's pretty good. So all right, Michaelis, Show of Resolve, Kshatriya, Adzam, Shenlong Gundam, and a Zaku 1 sniper type, and our resource here, just a regular Gundam. I also think, so every pack has a resource for it. I think if I was remembering, because it's between resources, EX resources, and tokens and EX bases. All right, Naval Bombardment, Strike Gundam, Mining Asteroid, Assault, Stealth, Ghoul, Gun Tank, Nahel, Gira Zulu, Sailor Mass, a Gundam Area Rebuild, and then also a Kshatriya resource token. Yeah, I will say that like you can tell by like the art and design for this game that I think they have like a lot more creativity. Like I would say that for Union Arena, a lot of it is that they are, you know, they have to borrow the rights for so many different games, and it's hard to have like in-house artists when there's so many like different art styles and stuff. Blitz Gundam and Iron Fisted Disciple, and then the unicorn. I might try to do like a unicorn Gundam. I need kind of like a backup set of resources, so I might try to just do like 10 unicorn Gundam. I'm a big fan of that. All right, Path to Victory or Defeat. M1, Sovereign Cog, Zaku Mariner, Ghoul's Dilanza, Ghoul, Gun Tank, Nahel, Gira Zulu, Gundam Feract, Gundam Aerial, and another unicorn. We might be getting there. The aerial resources, yeah, those ones look good too. At first I'm like, why did they only make 8? But with the idea like maybe you can just do all of one, that makes a little bit more sense. Just watch all the Gundam shows. Yeah, let me just watch 40 years of animation real quick. Especially, you know, Gundam is known for their quick pacing. All right, and the Zaku. It's not like I watched all of Wing and I'm like, please just start fighting. Yeah, the deck that I want to work the most is a C deck. It's the Justice. I think Freedom is just like better in this game in general. But like I spoiler, I made a tier list video today that you all watched, and now that's why you're here. But I think it has chances. It's just like Kshatriya. And this is 0, Wing 0. Nice. Yeah, don't watch it while I sleep, yeah. Yeah, the Wing 30 special, yeah, because it had like a new animation on like at Comic-Con, right? All right. Oh yeah, I didn't even do it on purpose, but yeah, that's I didn't even think about that. That's great placement. You know, sometimes you just stumble into good ideas. All right, Zanzibar, First Contact, Izak. I'm gonna be bolder with some of my pronunciations so you guys can make fun of me. Char Zaku 2, Intercept Orders, and a Freedom Gundam. Oh, no! Zaku 2. Hey, it got destroyed. There should be a token somewhere now. All right, Pisces, Rashid's Order, Cancer. I'm gonna try again. Makiv? Someone's this is one I know is less weird. It's M''Quve. Makuv? Is it Makuv? I'm gonna say Makuv. I'm gonna put this over here for a little bit. Just so we can like remember what the name of that character is together. All right, Big Zam. Ooh, hey, all right. This is a fancy card. This is Wing Gundam 0, and it is the alt art here. That is very pretty. That is very pretty. Let me hold it up closer to the camera and get the autofocus. There it is. Look at this. Look at this bad boy. Makovi. Very Makuve. There it is. But yeah, first good hit, and an EX base. But yeah, that is a pretty Gundam. That is a pretty Gundam. Also, this is not an advert. I mean, it's my own channel. I don't care. But there's a good chance that I'll be selling a lot of my extra stuff on my Discord server. So I have like a for sales kind of channel. So if there's anything that you guys want that's all art, I'm likely trying to get rid of it to help recoup some costs for stuff. So if there's any that you want, let me know. I'll put them up on my channel as well, or on my Discord. But Underground Desert Base, Salts, Ilfrith, Makuve, Michaelis, Darlbalde, Kshatriya, Gelgoog, Gundam Aerial, and ooh, a Gundam Death Scythe as well. Very nice. Very, very nice. I'm so used to like the standard arts for this game is that when I'm going to start playing more in person, someone's going to have all arts. I'm like, I have no idea what that is. And you get used to those a little bit more. See, Jared, if you want dibs, message me. I will honor the dibs. I will put a notepad right now. If you have dibs. And your YouTube name is likely your real name, so that makes it. We can talk after this. Just hit me up. All right. Ball. Oh, spoilers. Ball, Dryzen, GOG, Covert Operations, G-Sky Easy, DOP, Lotto, Zeno, Midair Modifications, Gundam Death Scythe, Deep Devotion, and Choose Demi Trainer, and another Unicorn. We got like 3 Unicorn Gundam resources this time around already. Like that is looking good for me. All right, this is the halfway mark. All right, Path to Victory or Defeat, Rashid's Orders, Kagalia. How do you say her name? Kagali's? Is it Kagali? Had a commercial. We hit the, in case we hit the Wing Gundam 0. I don't know if that's new for y'all. Also, let me refocus there. I don't know if that was hit. Your Gundam Unicorn disc. Cool. All right. Sounds good. Yeah. Sorry, I ads are on an automatic schedule. But yeah, I might try to sell like a bulk brick if I have enough for it. So it is Kagali's. Okay, I'm going to say Kagali until someone... so yeah, better than last box confirmed already, yeah. Anyways, Giradaga, Anksha, 13th Tactical Testing Sector, Launcher Strike Gundam, G-Fighter, Rick Dom, Gundam Aerial, Duo Maxwell, and a Gundam Unicorn, Unicorn Gundam Unicorn Mode, and then another Zaku resource. There it is. All right, we're halfway through this box. Feeling pretty good. Also, Apocalypse Nurse with the 3-month sub on Twitch. Thank you very much. All right. Kagali, cool. First God pack opening on stream. Yeah, I hope so. M1 Ash, Astray. This looks like, I want to say Ashtray. I can't be the only one who thinks that. It's Jigen, Stark Jigen, Demi Garrison, Sign of Evolution, Gira Zulu, Darlbalde, Zeno, Gamao, Shamblo, and a Unicorn Gundam O2 Banshee Destroy Mode, which is really nice, and a Zaku 2 token. Oh yeah. Oh, we're up. Zaku 2, baby. We'll call it Ashtray regardless. Good. You know, I only want to have positive influences on the community, and I think that's one of them. Z-Zulu, Guels Delonza, Strike Gundam, Rizal, Wing Gundam, Din, Chang Wufei, Byerland Custom, Desert Tiger, Gelgoog, Gun Cannon. Ooh, hey, all right, another very nice hit. This is Marita Cruz. That is a nice, yeah, this box is immediately better than the other one. Even without showing the God hit that we're likely going to get. There it is. Look at that card. Very, very nice. And we did just pull the Unicorn Destroy mode. So if you want to see what this would look like in action, bam, there it is. There it is. Pew. Yeah, I really think, in particular, the art in this game goes a lot harder than a lot of other Bandai card games, especially for. Art is like the least important thing for me personally. If I play a game, I like playing the game. And you guys should know this because I'm playing the Gundam card game with being a surface level fan for the series. And to the point where people are like, why is he playing Gundam if he doesn't watch the show? And it's like, because I like playing card games. But generally I give like an extra pass for like first sets because like you don't want to invest like into art and style before you know like the game is going to be, has some momentum. But they completely disregard that in first set. They're like, what if we start with the peak art and then like I'm looking forward to seeing where they go from here as well. But it looks really, really nice. They have a really good design direction. Everything more or less having, as far as I can tell, like original art are like, art that looks original enough that everything looks beautiful in this game. Sky Grasper, Cancer, Dirka. Side 7, Mistral. Zaku 2, Strategic Arms, Securing the Supply. Byukyu, Zeon Remnant Forces, Dual Gundam, and a Char's Zaku 2, and another of the Gundam Zero, or Wing Zero resources. Yeah, because like people don't remember this. Look through set 1 cards from One Piece. They did sneak in a couple anime screenshots in there. Like One Drop Nami that searches is definitely an anime screenshot. But this one they cut no corners with the art, I feel. So all right, we've got Zaku Mariner, Rashid's Mognak, Duo's Leo, Zizulu, Ghouls Delanza, Overflowing Affection, Lotto, First Contact, Bonager Lynx, Unicorn Gundam, O2 Banshee Unicorn Mode, and a Strike Rouge. This is not Strike Rouge. This is the one I can be pedantic about, but yeah, Strike Rouge right there. And then a Freedom Gundam right there. Let's see, you used to watch me watch Dragon Balls. Man, you need to you need to see a doctor to make sure your colon's all right. You must be as ancient as I am, if that's a sentence you can say. I've been in the scene for quite a minute, as in like the Bandai card game scene. But thank you for coming back around. I hope you're having a good one. And yeah, this game's super fun. I've been having a good time. And all right, and then we have sorry, I forgot this is an LR. Dual Gundam Assault Shroud. I don't think Zaf's not great, right? I wish it was great. It just doesn't seem. It seems like one of the worst archetypes in the game right now. Like this card seems insane, right? So when paired, you get to look top 3 for a Zaft unit that's level 4 or lower. But it's tough to. I don't know. It's been tough to build a deck for Zaft as well. There's set amount. Yeah, there should be 8 LRs, 2 alt arts, and then an alternate art resource. Yeah, the texture too as well. How's the pro scene? I don't want to say that it's more, I would say, grassroots. They still have like competitive scenes and they have stuff, but they don't have, maybe grassroots is not the right word. I don't think it's as like the same level as others. There's just like regionals that you get qualifies to worlds and or like a nationals into worlds and stuff. So there's a lot of tournaments that will likely be happening in the next 6 months. And if I remember correctly, worlds will be international this year for the first game. Usually it's just kind of Japan only at times, but there should be like a world finals that you can qualify for this year. Buster feels like it should be good. Yeah, I agree. All right. The Gundam patch. Yeah. So this is a jacket I got from. They had like a like influencer summit in December, which is where I got my first beta kit and this mat. This is where this mat's from. In Dallas, Texas. There's a little date and thing there, but they also had this jacket, which I generally don't wear because it's summer in California, and this is a pretty bulky jacket. But I need the Gundam luck today, so if I'm not wearing it when I'm opening like the first box of Gundam cards, when will I wear it? All right. I need to speed up. I've been talking a little bit too much. This is box 1, yes. Technically, this is box 3. We're just opening it first, but yes, box 1. Mistral, Underground Desert Base, Sky Grasper, Goon, Showa Resolve, Boninger Lynx, Ghoul, Strategic Arm, Citizens Take a Stand, and ooh, the OG Gundam. Very nice. I've been like a little bit underwhelmed by, I think like the Star Deck Gundam's like slightly better than this one. But, you know, this has like an archetype you can build around, and if there's like some more support, it can be good. Like giving everything like Repair 1 is really nice. Naval, Din, Gulf, Stubborn Cog, Zoot, Rickdom, Zeon Remnant Forces, Sword Strike, Perfect Strike, and Noin's Ares. And then we also have the Gundam Aerial right here. All right, and we've got like 4 more packs of this one. And so you got 3 boxes. Good luck. Good luck, good luck. Yeah, so yeah, if you want to use my playmat anytime, just let me know, all right? It's not like you have one of your own. You've been pronouncing Gundam wrong? Dang, that's crazy. I wouldn't be surprised, but I would be surprised because I would expect people to call me out on frame 1 for saying Gundam wrong. I have made the mistake. This one's is how you can weed out a non-Gundam fan. Do you guys know that there's differences between units and like mobile suits and Gundams? Every Gundam is a mobile suit, but not every mobile suit is a Gundam. So, and it goes, I don't remember specifics, but it goes down to like the model of the design for it. But, you know, clearly like, oh, look at this Gundam, and people are like, oh no, that's not Gundam, that's Jim, which you're pronouncing GM, which is also wrong. So that's been, I don't know, I do like that there's like a rich history of like how the universe works, and like, ooh, a Wing Gundam Zero standard art, very nice. And I like, as much as I'm like mildly making fun of the fact that I get things wrong, like I do want to be right, and I don't like getting actually, but if I deserve it, I'll take it. And I do want to get, like, it's cool that there's this world that I don't know 100%, and to get into it and learn like the nuances and like the, you know, vernacular. It's been a lot of fun, and most people have been really welcoming to new people. And let's see, 2 rares. Ooh, all right, we got a Common Plus resource. This is the Dual Gundam. So there it is, very nice. All ways of saying Jim or canon just depends on the series. Yeah, but takes time to get the pronunciations right. Like, I think the only thing is that like people, what I don't like is it seems like some people act like the pronunciations are very straightforward and easy, and even within the community, some people don't know like there's not a consensus on pronouncing stuff. So let's see, Justice versus Breach. Let's see, Sailor, thank you for coming out, and Geodude too. Yeah. No, only one. The other one was from the other box I got, right? I don't think, right? I didn't get 2 foil resources, only 1. Yeah. The other one was from the box that I opened off screen, which I'm happy was off screen because I was very disappointed. Like, I was like, oh, okay, look out, whatever. And I saw Citizens Take the Stand. I'm like, I think this is the worst alt art in the entire set, and with one of the most mediocre ones in the set. So I'm like, man, that is a disappointing box. But we got the Kshatriya resource from that one. All right, anyways. Did we get 2 rares? Yeah, we got 2 rares with Marita and stuff. All right. Well, that was the first box. We've got 2 more. Let me see, is there anything? Yeah, the at, I know it's AT. Actually, I've always said AT, but now that I'm live, now that I have people who can judge me, I'm curious what people call it more traditionally, I guess. I've always said AT. Yeah, so 8 LRs, 2 alts. Alts can also be LRs. I also think, I've said this multiple times, and I'll probably say this more than once on the stream too. I do know that like product is scarce compared to. I would say that this release has felt particularly scarce for a Bandai first set. As someone who's gone through like 6 of them in the last 10 years, but the kind of the trade-off is that the LRs are not 4 of. There's no secret rares. If there were like if there was a secret rare Gundam in this set that like you needed 4 copies of, that would be very rough. That would be very, very rough. But the fact that there's only LRs, most LRs you're usually like playing 2 or 3 copies of. I will also say I've gone through 2 boxes and I haven't opened a single copy of a Freedom Gundam, which I'm a little bit upset about because I kind of need 4 copies of that, at least 2 or 3 copies of that. So, but hits from this box, in case you missed it, was the Wing Gundam Zero and the Merida Cruise. And I also have the standard arts for those if you guys want to see the compare contrast real quick. We just pull the Merida there. All right, so here are the Wing Gundam Zeros. This is the all art, in case you need to be told that. There are 2 LR ++s, and then there is a common ++ resource. The ++ is 1 per case, so I'm super not guaranteed that with the 3 boxes I got. And then, yeah, so it's an alt art of, if I remember correctly, there's an LR ++ of Gundam Area Rebuild, there's a ++ of Gundam, and then there's one of the Gundam standard resource. So this has the common plus, and common plus with different amounts of foiling. So, all right, there's that. Okie doke. Well, let's just keep going. I'm just gonna get this. This is box number 2, which was the. Okay, for a second, I felt like I had an extra plus. I got a. Oh, you got the ++. Very nice. Yeah. I was kind of hoping that like. I think it's like maybe a miscommunication on the site and probably not with distributors and stuff. But when I heard that like starter events were only 4 packs instead of 8, I hope that meant that more packs were like free for people to start opening and stuff. But yeah, Legend Rare, which is cool, though I'm always going to say SR. I probably said SR even when talking about it, but yeah, I'm just so used to saying SR from most other Bandai card games. So my apologies if it's confusing. All right. Box number 2. So again, we should have another 8 LRs, 2 alt arts, and a resource. It was pack 1, box 1. That's crazy. You're like, all right, well, it's all downhill from here. Yeah. I think like these packs have been like the most generous. They're pretty generous for set 1, and on top of, again, no secret rares makes decks a little bit easier to build. And you guys can check out my website for a bunch of decks I've built, like blue-white, which I think is going to be the best deck in the format. I think you need 2 copies of like Freedom Gundam, and you're likely just good from there. Like if you have like Gundam Area Rebuilds, you can put like 1 or 2 of those in, but the rest are just like commons, uncommons, rares, and starter deck cards, which I think is pretty accessible for a lot of people. Yeah, JP packs being smaller, yeah, because that's the other thing. They're like JP boxes. They have 24 packs, I think, but their packs are like half packs compared to ours. So that's one of the big issues. All right, Blitz Gundam and Big Zam. And then we also have the Dual Gundam resource. I'll probably start going through these boxes a little bit quicker. Yeah, I like it. Like getting a Show of Resolve or something back is nice. The fact that it essentially like draws you a card. Like you don't even have to play... Most of the builds that I have it in it, you don't even play the Stiletto, another Char's Galgoog. I think we have 3 of those across my 3 boxes now. Yeah, the Wing Ramp deck is probably one of the highest ones. I could also see like you can definitely like put more LRs in blue-white, especially if you're playing the Gundam, Unicorn Gundam, which I haven't opened a 7-drop one of those yet, which hopefully we get in this box. Noins Ares and a Farak, and then the OG. But we're just going to open a God pack, and that'll get there. Yeah, calling blue, using B for blue. I've been a stickler for just using U. But I think in this community, when black is in a color, to take the B letter away, I think you have to use B. Ooh, another rebuild. I think I've opened one rebuild every pack so far. Or not every pack, that'd be insane. Every box so far. Green, white, yeah. I put them in a blue, white the other day and someone dropped Big Zam on you. My only issue with Big Zam is that you have like the additional cost of having 10 units into your trash. I think that I don't know how accessible that is, but I do know like people have been playing like white green builds, which you can like overflowing to help get you cards in there. So it could be good. I said in my video today that I haven't had a build with Xeon that I'm like incredibly confident with yet, and so that makes it tougher to market. I think that there could be a build that exists, like either like a green white and blue white. I just haven't had experience with it. What's an alt art? I don't know. These are standard arts, right? I don't think I pulled an alt art for that, right? Okay. Rebuild every pack, yeah, that'd be nice. Maybe next set. All right, I've given up on naming these cards. Dual Gundam and ooh, all right, an LR. I do wish it was overflowing affection, but Witch and the Bride, all art, very nice. I don't think this card's been like used that much, but a very nice card. Very, very pretty. Very pretty. Let me try to. There it is. Very, very nice. So, it was at first weird that there are only 8 different resources in the set, but now that I see them and how often you get them, I think it makes sense to like you want to get 10 of the resource if you want, or also if you're playing like a combination of 2, you can do like a 5 and 5 split. I think that's pretty cool. So I've been a fan of these. But I'm like, man, why is there only 8 when you need 10 resources? But also some games you only get to 7 resources and you lose or win. So not a big deal. All right, 2 rares and another unicorn. I think I will have enough for unicorn. If I do get like a unicorn LR or like common plus, I'll probably keep 1. We'll see. Yeah, I do think like ejecting pilots could be like either a beneficial or like a negative effect that could happen. The action step I feel is still like pretty underused in this game right now. So I'm curious if there's going to be some more importance for that in the future. Ooh, all right, Justice Gundam. Though I still need my Freedom Gundam. I still need Freedom Gundam. That's the most valued card in TCG Player is the Witch and the Bride alt art. It's probably because it's just good art. If I'm being honest, it's just a really pretty card. So again, go to my DMs. I will likely not be keeping a lot of my alt arts. All right, Overflowing Affection, Citizens Take a Stand, Witch and the Bride. So, and then also, yeah, just to show like the difference in art for these two, in case you guys haven't seen it. This is the standard art, and this is the alt art. Very pretty. Yeah, I thought maybe it was wrong. I thought like Overflowing Affection was the most expensive alt art, but maybe I'm wrong. If it is the most expensive, then I'm not complaining either way. Sincerely, this is going to sound dumb, I'm just happy that I have boxes to open today. There was a real chance, like on Monday, that I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do anything today. So I'm happy we got here. I'm happy we got here. All right, Shenlong, Adzam, Strategic Arms, Launcher Strike, Zeno, Blitz Gundam, and Perfect Strike with a Wing 0 there. Wing Gundam from Beta. I mean, all right. I think they're saying the most expensive card in set 1, even though like technically, that's like it's an LRA Star Deck card. G Fighter, Midair, Blitz Gundam, Big Zam. Ooh, 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 wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Look at this card. Look at this one right here. This is not a plus. Double plus right here. Let me see if I can get into frame. There it is. Nice, nice, nice. There it is. Got the plus plus. All right. So, real quick, because I'm sure you guys are curious. Man, this is. Look, I'm a sucker for like holographic foils, and it's very subdued, but there is kind of like a rainbow sheen for it, which is insane. Let me get this. Let me get this. So, I don't have one of Gundam, but just to show the differences between what these foilings look like, in case anyone's interested. But that is very pretty. All right, so we've got regular resource. Also, let me hit the focus button. There we go. We got the regular resource. We got the plus resource, so it does have. It's kind of like, I don't know how to say it, like speckled foiling. This is kind of like their standard foiling finish for it. My bad. Like my camera's just like, I don't want to focus today. Here it is. And then we have the LR plus, which does not. It has like a little bit of the speckling, but it has like. Let me see. I'm gonna get this. There it is. Very nice. I know I'm gonna play against someone and they're gonna have 10 of these. I'm gonna be like, I already lost. But very, very nice. This is one per case, so every 12 boxes you get one plus, and it's either this resource or one of the LRs. So very nice. I don't have any guarantee that the boxes I got are all from one case, so, but very nice. But yeah, this box was cracked. This box having both that and this may or may not recoup my costs. So we'll see. Not that I bought boxes to try to make money by reselling cards, but you know, pulling both these in the same box makes me feel bad for playing a bit above market price for that one. So there it is. The $3,000 resources that can also just be for $1. Yeah, you gotta know your resources. You know, they tap better if they're more expensive. Yeah, it's 150. Yeah. I think the LRs the LRs are more expensive, but that is a nice addition as well. All right, Demi Garrison. Like, how do we what's going to be the rest of this box, right? I don't think the plus takes up an alt art spot in the box, but I guess we'll find out. Boninger Links, Gundam Aerial, and a Gaian, and then a regular resource there. All right, Covert Operative M1 Astray. I can never say that right. DOP. I'll say DOP right. It's 4 letters and half of them are P's. All right, mid-air modifications, the Gao, and ooh, okay, our first Freedom Gundam. All right, we'll take it. I needed more of these, and by more I mean more than one. It does not take up a slot. Cool. All right, that's what I thought. Yeah, I think because some of the prices, I'm like, these prices are too expensive. It's because the set's not even out yet. Things will get normalized a little bit. Yeah, tap plus. I do like the plus, the naming convention that they used for it. Right, because there's like 1 star, 2 star, 3 star that they've used for, I think, some of their other games. So I like the pluses. I like the pluses. All right, that's half the box. All right, I've got 12 packs. Loose selling for $10 each. Who wants one? No, no. I'm sure there's still hits in these. Promise. No, I won't be doing that. All right. Side 7. Covert, M1, Stark, Rizal, Gira Zulu, Overflowing, Securing the Supply Line, Custom, Deep Devotion, Shenlong, and oh, okay, our other common plus. It is the Aerial resource. There we go. There we go. 2 alts and a foil resource. Nice. Yeah, I generally don't buy Well, generally what I try to do is I just get enough boxes to mildly guarantee a playset. I usually sell off all arts in Fusion World, and One Piece is a little bit different because they have like leaders which represent your deck, kind of like commanders in Magic. Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't really have an analog, but they kind of represent your entire deck. So those ones I usually like getting all art because they're on the board the entire game. Gundam doesn't really have the same thing outside like kind of the EX bases, but they generally get, you know, knocked off the board in the first couple turns anyways. So for this one, there's really few cards that I really kind of want all art. So, but sometimes there could be a chance that my LRs pluses help complete my play sets of regular LRs. So I'm gonna have to keep them for the near term. Unicorn and another dual Gundam. Ariel for like 2,000. Yeah, there's no. I think like I think people are relating the LR plus pluses to like mangas, which is not true. If you look at like Dragon Ball Masters, where you have one secret per case and it's the same thing, and they have like usually 2 secrets. There's no like, you know, case of cases hit, right? There's nothing. The highest rarity card is 1 per case times when there's 3 slots for it. So if you want to think about it, like an LR plus plus is about 1 every 3 cases, right? Which is still pretty good odds from that. So there's no like manga rare. There's no, right? As far as I know, unless people are telling me that there's something crazy for it. 20 per pack on Whatnot. That's insane. That's insane. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't spend 20 per pack. Don't do that. But yeah, I think like, which is honestly, I think is good. I think that if we had like the same with how short supply is for this game on right now, I think that if there was like more of a Buster Gundam, which I think is my first one of those, it would be a shame if there was like a manga art, because that just means that if there are too many people trying to, you know, collectors trying to get like the super one, it just means like it's less players, right? I think it's a good middle ground for this set. We're on box number 2. Yeah, and which technically we could still open a God pack, and we've got one more box as well. Gira, Darl, Ghoul, Izak, Merida Cruz, and Fortress Defense. But regardless, I am happy. I am really happy we got the LR plus, or the common plus plus. That does. Again, I opened the first box and it was, again, so far it's correct. It's been the worst box that we've ever opened for this game, and but I was like, oh man, is this going to be the pace of what it's going to be on stream today? And that has been not the case so far. Oh, another Kushachi. Nice. All right. And we will, this one here, sorry, I'm making sure I'm organizing things correctly. Yeah, Masters didn't have like a God rare until then, right? And it wasn't really until One Piece that they started doing like ultra hits, right? Like manga hits. I don't know the best way to say it, but before that, like mangas were like secret rare, 1 per case cards were the rarest, and the really like the most expensive card for Dragon Ball for a long time. Ooh, our first Destroy mode, finally. All right, glad to see this. Glad to see that card. Nice. Was a secret rare in a short print set that ended up being like format defining for a little bit. The Victory Strike Goku. So secret rares in Dragon Ball Masters was different though, because you could only have 1 secret rare in your entire deck. So they had the power level and rarity of like a 1 per deck card. It's not like secret rares in Digimon or One Piece where you can have 4 copies of a secret rare per secret rare. It's like literally it has like a tag that says you can only have 1 ultimate card. So which kind of made it sense why the card could be more expensive and rare. All right, Gyaradoga. Salt's I'm just going. I'm like, maybe I should start saying the names of these cards. I've decided to not to. Ooh, all right, the unicorn mode. This is a rare plus, but man, it's a pretty one. I might have to keep this. Ooh, there's also some extra foiling on this. Very nice. Very, very nice. I do wish it was the other unicorn, just because very, very nice. The reddest blue card, oh yeah. But only because I only have one destroy mode, or sorry, destroy mode. And the I don't know how wide known the beta version of unicorn mode has slightly different text and Bondager links as well. But instead of a during link, it's a during paired when it says like the keyword is during pair, and then it says if this is a link unit kind of thing. So I like playing the alternate text version of it. But yeah. All right. This is like a mat from a influencer event, essentially. I don't like saying influencer event, but it's the easiest way to describe what it was. Securing the supply line, extreme hatred, gun cannon, and another resource there. All right. Not too bad of a box. Likely the best box of this set I will ever open, unless we get a God pack. You got all the wins. Hey, congrats, John. That's huge. I hope you had a good time. I'm on waitlist for one of the events, and then I have one tomorrow for sure. All right, but yeah, let me show. Oh man, this card is so pretty. They did a really good job with it. All right. So far though, out of 2 boxes, actually we have one more hit somewhere, but I'll put that there. And it's pretty. Wing Gundam 0, Marita Cruz, Witch and the Bride, and the Unicorn Gundam. So only one additional LR, but I think this card looks really sick. You don't think plus is guaranteed in a case? That's what I've been told. I'm not going to open a sealed case for this set, so I won't know firsthand. But people have been telling me it's guaranteed per case. It's just not this LR necessarily, right? I don't want to be spreading misinformation. So if that's wrong, please let me know. But that's what I've been seeing specifically for these. I will say, like, here's my recollection. One Piece had better stock, but they still had the same underprint issue, right? Like, and I think people don't really recall how scarce product was for the first 3 sets. Set 4 was probably the weakest set that they've ever printed at the time. So like Bat started to get the train on the other side, but the first 3 sets of One Piece could be pretty aggressive at the same time. I do think like Gundam has been worse, but I don't think it's like like availability versus hype, but not exponentially worse than One Piece. Just worse, but not like worse. Resource plus is guaranteed per case, but not. I guess what the LR plus is the LR plus the one that might not be. Yeah. So a lot of people just didn't see the first 3 sets for it. Yeah. What do alts look like? Generally, they kind of have like the white silver border, right? And then there's a plus on the plus there. So you can see that they're like a silver outline compared to more regular LRs. So far, pull rates that I've seen, and I think we're pretty guaranteed at this point, 8 LRs, 2 alt arts, and then 1 alternate or one plus copy of a resource. So it'd be like this aerial, not like this plus one. That's my understanding. Okay, so LR plus is the hit, but it's not like the same as like a but not as what am I saying? Yeah, so yeah, the LR plus plus are still rarer, but not, it's still not manga rare, right? What do I think about the lack of secret rare? I'm totally okay with it. They can introduce it maybe later, but for set one, when product's really low, I'm happy they don't have it. Because that's can cause issues, I think. If there, I've said it before, if there was like a OG blue Gundam secret rare that's like a mandatory 4 of in any blue deck, this game would be pretty tough to get into, I find. So I'm happy that's not been the case for this one. So, and I've said it too, I'm going to continue to say this throughout the entire stream. Most LRs that you want to play, you play like one or two different versions of LRs. So like, for example, you play like Death Scythe and Wing Zero, and generally they're not 4-ofs. I think like Wing Zero might be one of the more expensive decks because you probably need 4 Death Scythe and then probably 2 or 3 Wing Zero. But like for a lot of these decks, like the LRs are not 4-ofs compared to like games like One Piece where they generally have been. So it is, I think singles will be easier for a lot of people to get into it. Maybe get like one box to get like a majority of like commons, uncommons, rares, and then you can just buy the LRs that you're missing. How much is a box MSRP? 120, I believe. Nice. You got 4 boxes last night. Yeah. I got Lorcana. I never really got into, and it was kind of weird because it launched at Gen Con that I was at, and I ended up just waiting in line for like an hour and a half and getting a box. So my understanding for boxes in that game were a lot different because I never really tried aggressively to get them. But I don't know. I understand. I don't. There's so many different ways to say like, you know, this game is expensive, and because of that, if it's on your budget, don't overextend your budget. As much as it sucks, because I know like people love playing card games for it, but I'm not the best skewed for it because I'm in a spot in my life where I'm like, I'm buying these packs no matter what because it's part of my job. But I also don't overbuy. Like, I think like the fact that this is my job and the amount of packs I actually open and buy are surprisingly low, right? I generally never buy more than a case of a set. Generally, I open a case, I have 6 boxes for myself, 6 boxes for prizing, and that's generally where I'm at for a lot of this. So, and generally, like the cases for like events like help cover for the other 6 boxes that I open for myself, and I kind of even out. But like, it's weird. I don't know. I don't have like the best mindset for when it comes to like what the actual cost for some of these could be sometimes. Yeah, and that's like, and so like if people want to get into the game, it's blue and white. You get 2 copies of Star Deck 4, 1 copy Star Deck 1. You add a couple of Freedom Gundams, like 2 or 3, maybe some Aerials, and you're kind of set when it comes to like LRs. Like Overflowing Affection and So Resolves are both commons and uncommons. Rizel is like a common. Like you can get away with a lot. 160 for a box is fine. I pretty much told myself that I would buy any boxes I could under $200. My mentality is different than a lot of other people, but in that I ended up having to buy a couple boxes above that, but it's fine. We'll be okay. All right, let's see what we get here. I think the difference though in this game, Unicorn and an LR right off the gate with Buster. This is our last box for the day. Is that unlike like One Piece or like Fusion World, where you really only need like a play set of cards per color, I think I'm going to have to do like double play sets of commons and uncommons, because there are so many like, you know, there's times where I'm like, I'm going to have to build a blue-red deck and a red-green deck. And like there's some red staples I need for both. All right, Wing Gundam, Mistral, Duos, Path to Victory or Defeat, Shenlong, Rashid's, Zanzibar, Chong Wufei, Mid-Air Modifications, Gundam Heavy Arms, Merida Cruise, and a Fortress Defense. I think we're going to get 10 Gundam Unicorn resources, though. We've been stacking them up. All right, Underground, Desert Base, Ulfrit, Demi Garrison, Pisces, Goof, Duos Leo, BQ, Gyaradoga, Gamao, securing the supply line, Char Zaku 2, and a Unicorn mode. And ooh, all right. And our common plus right out the gate. It is a Char's Zaku 2. There it is. Pretty clean. 7 to 6 of each from my 3 boxes, yeah. Very nice. All right. But I've been through like 5 or 6 Bandai card game releases in the last 7 or 8 years. It is funny to see there's a lot of cylindrical stuff. People are like, oh, there's scalpers, which is true. But I think people overstate how much effect they really have for the price of stuff. Ooh, okay, another Freedom Gundam. Nice, we have 2. I'm very happy. That's the minimum amount of copies I needed, and now we have them. But it just kind of goes with like the territory, I feel like, at this point. And prices generally normalize pretty quick after the first couple weeks. It's just kind of cashing in on the hype. But I hope people are able to get product is what I think most people really want. And I think the sentiment of just like, oh, well, if they print more, there's more product. But a game like this is going to get scalped no matter what, right? Unless they just print like a stupid amount of product and makes the prices of stuff. Because like at the same time, people want product, but they also want their product to have value. And so I think finding that medium is a lot tougher. Ooh, another destroy mode. All right, we're very happy about this box from the LR side. So yeah, I think this has again been probably like the shortest, like the most product storage I've seen in the short term for a Bandai product in a long time, if not ever. But I think it's difficult to. I don't know. Ooh, all right. We got the Gundam Aerial, the Dual Gundam Assault Shroud, LR Plus. Again, I kind of knew, like, all right, if I'm going to say in my tier list that Zaft is like the worst archetype, I'm going to get so much Zaft cards from this, but hey, at least it looks pretty. At least it looks pretty. So I'm not sure when they're going to be printing the reprints of this, but yeah, I have no idea what the logistics goes to like not to be like too real about it, but hey, guess what? Bandai is a company that wants to make money, which is like every company, and so they want to be able to print. Making a new card game is really risky. They want to be able to print enough where they feel confident that they're not overprinting and they're printing at a loss, but enough to make sure that people get to there. I think they printed not enough, but it's hard to be accurate for this kind of stuff. I do not envy the person who has to decide how many boxes of cards they have to print, because they'll never get the number right. They can only do their best guess. And I think Bandai has always been kind of erred on the side of caution, to where they will like guarantee that they get their return back, but which is good from like a business sense, but obviously like it's tougher for like people wanting to play the game for a little bit. But like look at where One Piece was, right? They had an estimate. The estimate was higher than what they expected, and now that they can print product and know generally how much they need to make it for cards to still have value, but people to still get the cards, right? I think it's just like a moving target, and I understand that it's really tough to hit on the first shot, and so, but generally Bandai's been really good at adjusting when they get more data on how actual like popular their games are. So I do know that like it's the players who like quote unquote suffer from there being not enough product, but they generally adjust this, right? Common plus resources are one a box, yeah. Zaft is good, you swear? Please be correct. Please be correct. I would love to have Zaft be good. I would be very happy if that was the case. Let's see. Ooh, hey, look at this. All right. A double LR plus box. This is Gundam Aerial Rebuild. This is just the 1 plus, but very pretty. Oh my goodness. What a nice looking card. I told you I'm getting a Gundam Aerial Rebuild every set, or every box, and here's the one for this box. Let me compare and contrast here. Let me see, there it is. Man, do I have to keep this card too? It is very pretty. That is very pretty. Yeah, these boxes, I saved the good boxes for the stream. I'm happy that, here, let me, look at that. I almost thought this was the LR++ because it looks so dang good. That's your highest chase? Nice. I don't know, I just made it look easy to hit it. Yeah. You think it's better than the plus plus? For real, I thought this was the plus plus. And there's one thing that you guys will find if you see these in person that you can't really, I don't think I'll ever be able to show on camera, is just how good the texture is for these. There's just so much texturing that looks amazing. And yeah, that's a really good box. Yeah, the match with the head. Yeah, this was a happy accident, but now I will do this for the rest of time. This will officially be my box opening mat. You think you need I think you need 5 or 6 boxes if you want to pull it. If you want a playset of LRs. 2 things though. I don't think you need a playset of most LRs. 2, I think you should buy a couple boxes and then like 2 or 3 boxes and then pick up the LRs that you need. I also think like some of these LRs are just not worth it. So, you know, this would be something where you would like incrementally buy the stuff you need first, and then probably like I'm likely not getting a full playset of stuff because I think I'm only opening like 4 or 5 boxes myself. This is my 4th box, so I'm opening like 1 or 2 more. But it also just means that the one thing is I usually get master sets of card games that I do videos for, because inevitably, you know, there will be a card that came from set 1 that was useless that will be needed, and then I can just pick it up, right? So, yeah. I kind of lost the thing, but yeah, I don't think if you want like a playset, if you want to build a deck, I think the best way to do it is get 2 or 3 boxes and buy singles that you need, and then just incrementally pick it up over the next couple weeks. That's probably the most cost-effective way to do it, if I'm being honest. I don't think I mean, if you buy a case and then you open your case, get your playset, and then probably resell your extras, that's probably like a way to do it as well. It's obviously a lot more work, but you do get like more cards. And a guarantee that you get your playsets, but I don't think this is a game where you need a day 1 playset, if I'm being really honest. Like One Piece, it kind of felt like it a little bit. Fusion World sometimes too, but this game, not as convinced. Yeah, because I think over 2 boxes, you should have like a mild guarantee that you have playsets of commons, uncommons, rares, and then you can just pick up the additional LRs from there. Zaku 2 and a unicorn mode. All right, that's half this box, so we've only got 12 packs left. Oh no, I dropped the God pack. Oh no. Oh, did I? Okay, no, we're good. All right, we're good. I touched the wire. We're good, right? All right. We're good. Jump scare. So, sorry that I haven't been like the best at reading chat. I know that the fact that I have to like look here and chat is over here makes it a little bit more difficult. So I'm trying my best to answer it. I'm sorry that I've been probably below average on that. Death Scythe, Xeon Remnant Forces, Aerial Strike Rouge, and ooh, a Justice Gundam. I think we have a near playset of that. All right. Yeah, but I think like part of the reason that people like the prices are high is because people are hyped for this game, right? So when there's interest, there's money to be made. I don't I don't support it, but it's like how the world works, right? So but I think part of the reason that prices are high are because people have been a little bit impatient, which guilty. I'm not even gonna lie, like guilty. I've been obviously wanting to open this up. So, but I think this game can be really affordable when people take a second to breathe. How many base cards are in the set? I think like 8. Decent price for starters are. I know it sucks to say, but like probably under 30 bucks. If you can get one for like $20, $25, you should probably buy it if you need it. Wing Gundam 0, very nice. I think we have a playset of that. And I know that it's like double MSRP, but like sincerely, if you look at Star decks for Fusion World, One Piece, and Digimon, that's always been the case for set 1, like the first wave of things. It's not something that's been unique to this game. Blitz Gundam and Perfect Strike. But yeah, and something like very few people, you know, are part of like every set 1 of every Bandai game. And I think from what I remember, I think some people kind of forget that this is always kind of how day 1 is for a new card game from them. I will say that this one has been, like, again, particularly harsher than others, but not exponentially so. Ooh, another Char's Gelgoog, which I think we got one from every pack. So again, I said that I don't like Char, like the Xeon archetype, and now I have like a playset of things. Yeah, and Star decks are weird too. Like Star deck 4 you kind of need 2 of. The other ones you can get 1 in like the pieces you need. So it's, and then also like some of the Star deck cards being in like the beta boxes are really weird too. It's tough. Harsher how? This is like the first one where I was not confident of how many boxes I was actually going to get on release day. Me having 3 to open today has been kind of a last minute blessing instead of a, you know, I planned for it and was, you know, rewarded for it. So I think that it's been a little bit harder to get packs day 1 compared to other day 1s, but again, not exponentially hard. Yeah, I think there will be the secondhand market. I think for this game will probably be better than the primary market for a lot of people. But like that's less obvious and not as oh, rebuild, nice. The standard art, and we got 2 rebuilds in this box. Crazy. All right, we've got 4 packs left. All right. Zoot, Skygrasper, Pisces, Zaku 2, Gundam, Zaku Mariner, Gira Zulu, Overflowing Affection, Securing the Supply Line, Custom, Deep Devotion, and a Shenlong Gundam. I will say, I have seen the alt art, like the, what is it, Rare Plus of the Shenlong Gundam. That card is insane. That card looks so good. That's one of the few cards that I will probably not be playing, but like, it looks real good. Yeah, right. Like, and okay. So the other thing is that I'm going to Gen Con, and I'm in 3 of the constructed events. So I kind of need cards. Like, if I didn't need cards for that event, I probably would have been okay to just get boxes for prizing and like slowly build my collection over the next couple weeks. But like when I need cards to play in an actual event, and not 1 but 3, I kind of need packs. So I've been a little bit greedier than usual, which and by greedier I mean just like getting cards that day 1 aggressively. But I have a reason, and the reason is not to resell to make money. It is to literally play the game at an event. All right, another dual Gundam. All right, last pack of the stream. Yeah, you're in the sealed events. Yeah, that's good. That is good. You kind of need 2 of each starter, but not all of them. Not all of them are like as good. I think Star Deck 4 you probably need 2 copies of it. Ailstrike Gundam is just too good. It's kind of a cornerstone of this meta right now. and you generally want to play 3 or 4 copies in your exam in your decks. All right, that is it. That is it. I'm going to quickly. I've got a lot of organizing to do today, which I'm happy about because it meant that I have boxes. But over 4 boxes, which we opened one off stream, and trust me, it is the worst box that I'm going to say. It's just going to be the worst box I've ever opened for this game, and I'm going to keep it that way. I'm just going to commit to never opening a worse box. But we have. Let's just get it. So for every box, you get 2 all arts. For this one, it was Citizens Take a Zan and Legao for the off-camera one. For the box that we just opened, it was Gundam Aerial and a Dual Gundam. For the box, our first box, so out of order, I guess, Marita Cruz and Wing Gundam Zero. And then we also got the Unicorn mode and the Witch and the Bride, which those cards are really pretty. I think the only other cards I would have liked to see were maybe like a Show of Resolve or Overflowing Affection. Those cards I think those cards are going to be always good, generically for blue and white. So having like an all art playset of those will be, you will use those cards a lot and have very pretty decks because of it. So, but those are the alt arts that we got there. And then also I will likely be putting these up on my Discord to sell the alt arts. I don't know. I might keep the Unicorn mode because I really like Unicorn. But the rest I'll likely try to part ways with. And then for the resources, you get 1 of these plus resources, and then there's 1 LR common plus that exists per case based on everyone's from there. Yomi's also here. Awesome. All right. I will be, I'm almost done, Yomi. My apologies for being delayed there. I didn't get a wing all art, so we could do like the thing. Do like the Zaku. Look at this. Surprise! But there it is. But yeah, the common plus is very nice. Very, very nice. But yeah, one per box. There are 8 different designs for these. And how many unicorn ones did I get? I gotta know. Did I get my 10? I don't think I did. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know I got like 2 more out of another box. So there's that. And then LR wise, real quick. We got, these are the new LR. Yeah, okay. Let's do it by color. So, that's a rare. And that's a rare. I'm fairly certain I got a rare playset. But did I not? I only got 2 of the Gundam. All right. So looks like 2 of each of the blue ones, if I'm looking at that correctly, which I think I am. Which is fine. I don't think any of these are 4-ofs, to be honest. Maybe Banshee. Unicorn Destroy mode, you play like 2-3 copies of, so that should be fine. For green, let's see. We got 3 Wing Zero, which is a playset in my mind. We got 4 copies of Gelgoog, and then only 2 Death Scythes. So I definitely need 2 more of those. I think that's a 4-of in the decks that play it. For red, I got, if I get the playset of the cards that I want. Yeah, all the cards on screen are base alt arts except for this one and this one. So all the LRs we're looking at are just base art ones. We got 2 Buster Gundam. This was just a rare. Whoops. We got 3 Kshatriyas. No, do you get 4? No. 3, and then also 3 of the Dual Gundam, so I need 1 more Kshatriya. I don't think I need a playset of Buster Gundam out the gate. And then for white, I got 2 Freedom. Actually, yeah, I think I got a Gundam Aerial every box. And then we got 3 Justice and 2 Freedom, which I think I want to get like one more copy of Freedom, but 2 is fine. 3 Justice is probably the most you play. I have a build where I'm playing 4, but 4 is probably too much, so that's pretty good. So honestly, I'm just missing like a couple LRs that I can probably pick up when I need them as I need them. Like I'll probably, let's see, I'll probably get one more each of these, Destroy Mode, for both Banshee and regular Unicorn. Probably need to get 2 more Death Scythes, which might be a little expensive, to be honest. 1 extra copy of Kshatriya, and then probably 1 more each of Justice and Freedom, but that's probably what we're looking at. I will not be playing Riftbound. I have no current plans for it. I sincerely just don't have the time to cover it. I think the 4 main games that we're covering, like I can play Riftbound, but I kind of have like this is going to sound obnoxious, but like minimum like quantity of like how much time I can invest to a game and like feel happy with like my content with it, and I just don't have that for Riftbound. So we're going to be focusing on One Piece, Gundam, Fusion World, and Digimon. Those are the 4 games that we're going to cover more. Digimon's less videos, but mostly just website stuff, and that's there. Just missing Star Deck 1 and Star Deck 3, so 2 copies of each starter. How many of the same? You have 4 commons, yeah. Can you see those puppies? Yeah. We'll get those in there eventually. All right. Anything else before we end this stream? I know this is chaotic, but honestly, I had a good time. And again, I feel really lucky that I was able to get boxes to open for y'all, and I feel happy about that, especially since we hit the plus and the what is it? This card's really pretty. If I only had 3 LRs of Gundam Aerial Rebuild, I'd probably keep it, but I have my playset, so yeah. I know that Riftbound can be really big. I think Riftbound's a gamble because it's a company that hasn't really made a physical card game before, and that doesn't mean it's bad, but it sounds dumb, but I'm happy where I'm at. I'm happy in the lane that I'm at. I really support Bandai card games. They've been, I think, a pretty solid company to, I don't know if work with is the right word, but work alongside with, I guess. And I think that Riftbound can be really good. It's just like I don't think I can enter the space and keep the other things that I want at the same level of consistency. So I'd rather just stay where I'm at. Aerial's any good? No, I don't think that Aerial's really good. I think 2 boxes should be good enough for commons and commons. Yeah, because I sorted the first box, and most commons and commons I had 2 or 3 copies of. So I think the best. So I guess I'll end off on this for anyone trying to get into this game, and just maybe like a little spiel. Prices for boxes are expensive right now. I think no one's denying that. I think that if you wait, you have to be patient for it, but prices will go down for it. Additionally, I think the best way to get into this game is get 2 boxes. That will get you a good start for commons and commons rares, as well as get you some LRs. You pick up the LRs that you need. I think very few LRs in this game are 4 copies of. They're usually 2 to 3 copies, so you can kind of regulate from that. And there's a chance that you can hit an alt art that pays for the rest of the boxes, right? So if you want to get, gamble a little bit, I think the secondary market will be your best friend for picking up individual cards. And I think that's the better way to do it, because boxes being, almost twice as much as MSRP means it's really difficult to be able to find the value that you need on a random box like that. So you still can. I won't dissuade you from like buying boxes if you want to, but I think the best way to do it is get 2 boxes, find what you get from there, and then get the rest individually from there as well. So that is where we're at. So cool. Anything else? I think that's it. I gotta run some errands, including I've got some additional boxes I need to pick up, but they're for prizing for this week's event. So Sunday we've got our first event. It should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. It will be streamed here. We'll have results out on Monday. I'll be at Gen Con next week too. I'll probably have one more testing stream on Tuesday. We'll see. I'll let you guys know. That's probably going to be my only stream next week, because I'll be out of town for most of the week for Gen Con. And I'll be continuing to update the website and everything as we get more events. So that should be it. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. I'll probably be posting a good amount of these additional cards on my Discord too. So it won't be immediate, but I'll make an announcement on that. It's going to be first come, first serve, because I don't have a better way to do it. But Yeah, if you, and I'll do it there, and then if nothing sells, I'll probably put it to another marketplace or something. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Enjoy your Gundam releases. I hope you guys have as much luck as I have, if not better. And we'll see you next time. Bye bye.